Hey, welcome back to another episode of PRO632 Radio. Today we got Jason with that 5-day plantation Mustang. We're talking about Southern Outlaw racing, probably a little PDR racing. Hey, we got the Jason. So the new Jason, take it away.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for having me on. We're pretty excited about this Southern Outlaw deal, and looking forward to racing with you guys.
Come on.
Give us a little bit of background on what you do and how you got where you're at.
A lot of it starts with 5-day shutters. We started out bracket racing, my kid in a junior dragster. I had a dragster for him actually, and we started hanging out with a bunch of pro mod guys, and he fell in love with door cars. And we wound up with the Mustang. I paint cars for a living. My kid runs his own business for performance parts and CNC work. And we're lucky enough to have the Mustang and have a 632 in it. And it was kind of sad that the program fell apart in South Florida for anything with a big tire. You know, any extended wheelbase carbon fiber car is pointless in Florida. And then when you guys come back around with this, we were super excited about it because, you know, being able to travel and all that sometimes isn't within our reach. And this is something that definitely is, and look forward to it.
Now, your son just
Yeah,
started.
Jason, I share your enthusiasm. I think a lot of guys in Florida are sitting in the same position you are with some equipment that kind of just lost a home. And now the chatter that I'm hearing is there's going to be a lot of guys that bring some of those cars like yours out and get back into the mix.
If you're not on a 28-inch tire in Florida, your car is useless. And this really adds a class back to it that we can run in, you know, whether you want to go 70s or 30s or even try and go teens. You know, it's a great class. And, you know, it started in Florida. So
Absolutely did. That being said, tell us a little bit about your car and what approach to the proposed rule set that we have out there right now are you guys going to show up with?
We had a 4-speed Lenco in it. We went back to a Glide just for simplicity a lot, really, and the weight, of course. We have a single system 632 in the car. It's kind of where we're hoping to run. We've been 40s with the car. I'm sorry, with no Lenco in it. And on that first outage, if we could go with 30 anything, man, I think I would do somersaults. The kid's hoping for 20s, but if we can go 30 anything, I'd be very happy.
Nice. And you'll run it in a single 36 jet parameters?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah,
That's the plan. It's an 18-degree motor. We actually had a Nelson motor in there for a little while, and it was a 14-degree motor, and that's the one we went to 40s on with a 28 jet. So,
but you still have that engine around?
No, sir. It left a few weeks ago, and it's funny because my son had always said, because oddly enough, it's a 5-inch bore space, and he was always worried about going through tech. And he's like, Dad, I'm happy now we can go through tech without any issues whatsoever.
Sure. Yeah, that engine was a really neat piece. It was ahead of its time for sure. As a 5-inch 632 with a 10350 deck, and it always ran, like I said, ahead of its time. It was, you know, tens of years old, but very low run count on it. And yeah, I really always liked that engine.
I called Donovan and asked if it was a 5-inch bore space motor, and the woman laughed at me when I gave her the numbers, and she called me back 2 weeks later, and she goes, I had to call you because that's one of 2 5-inch bore space motors.
Yes.
In that configuration.
Yep. And they both ran well.
Like I said, the kid wanted to come through legal through the class, and you know, it's never a problem when you're cheating until you start beating people, and that's not where we want to be anyway. So
yeah, that engine originated. It was in Sandro Simonetti's red Mustang that Dan Parker drove in NMCA quarter mile racing, is where that engine originated from, and it fit the rules perfect. There's a 650-inch limit for a certain weight tier and no bore space restrictions. So that engine originated and run it in the early days at NMCA.
That whole drivetrain we took out of Mike Schmidt's Camaro and put in the Mustang, and it went 40s on a 28 jet at the World Series of Pro Mod. So, you know, it had a lot more potential to it. But
sure. Yeah, that was good stuff. So tell us more about the engine you're running now. It's a new engine to you or something you guys have run before?
Originally, it was a Voss motor. My son just went through it, put new rods in it. It's an 18-degree headed motor, aluminum block. We haven't really ever sprayed it yet, so we're hoping to test before we go to Pike's race. And like I said, we went back to a glide, and should be a pretty, hopefully, maintenance-free combination. I shouldn't probably say that, but
Jinx yourself now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
No, but
know-
in that configuration, you can say things like that. I mean, the single 36 jet, I'm not saying you can't hurt parts, but it's just definitely a lot easier on the engine, drivetrain, the whole combination. So that should
right,
be
we go out and have fun with it. Now, of course, we're going to want to run up front, but like I said, if we can go a 30 anything at the first race, we would all jump for joy. So
That's a good expectation.
Make sure you talk it up and drag all your friends out of the bushes that have been sitting back with nowhere to go. I think we can
I was
really
even
build this
poking
into
on
something.
Michael Scott from Wright Trailers to bring that Corvette out because he was purging it the other day, and I said that looks like an Outlaw 632 car.
Yeah, some of you guys, the bracket racers, are going to kick some butt on the starting line with coming over into the class. So careful who you invite.
I know, right? That's what I tell my kid. Make sure you're on the practice tree before that.
That's right.
We
We
don't want to
invite
be
everybody.
We don't want to be a little
Chris.
gangstered by a bunch of guys.
Oh yeah, you're all inclusive.
Yeah.
Them guys are hurting. They got swamped with bracket races in that class. That little gang.
So what have you guys been doing with the car up to this point? Have you been running some 470 stuff? Is that correct?
We actually started out trying to get the 470 going in Florida. I think the last race we had with Mr. Tip, we had 6 or 8 cars, and it was just so hard to get anybody out. And honestly, to get a date anywhere that wasn't in the middle of July or August was just tough, and like you guys probably know, you get 10 people committing to the race, and when you get there, there's 4 at the gate.
Yeah, that's what was bittersweet about watching the intro banner come in and all the cars and stuff like that. I'm like, 4 of those guys probably in the banner show up to the races, and it was just heartbreaking that there's so many of these cars sitting around that are just not in service at the PDRA.
Yeah. Like I said, for us, the travel's kind of the hard part there, but getting our feet wet in it with a local class, that might entice the people who are running in the Southern Outlaw deal to go hit a few PDRA races next year.
Yeah, I think so. I think part of it's just getting back in the swing of things and, get back into race mode for a lot of people. When you take some time off, it gets hard to restart at times.
It does. The last year has been very, very crazy for us. My son and his girl bought a house. Getting married in October. We bought a new house. My parents moved. So the race car's really been sitting. Our last time out with it, we had a bit of a fire on the front of it. So we've been repairing that and just putting it back together. And actually, your race is a goal for us to be out there and ready for. So,
well, it's awesome. I think having a deadline is key. Otherwise, some of these things never get done.
Very, very true. I got the toter out front working on the generator and getting the trailer in order, and the golf cart needs work. It all needs work.
The generator.
I got Siditis.
The generator. I hate generators.
Now, Jason Ventura, how many guys have you heard of that are, cars that were, had participated at some point in the past and now are reaching out and trying to come back into the fold for the 632 here in Florida?
I've been probably off the top of my head 6 cars. Oh, 6. You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
That's Chris again.
It's Chris again?
Yep.
Roughly 6 cars so far.
I'll do sign language for you. 6.
Who knows? Eddie Travis, who's watching, he's one of them. And then we have Felix. There's another. I ain't gonna remember all the names off the top of my head. I think Patrick has a list of them. Basically, who wants to come out and race, but it's a good 6 to 8 cars that want to come if they do show up. You know what I mean? I think once you bring that in with the PDRA cars, we should be somewhere around 12 cars, which
right now it's 14, Jason.
14?
And that's not counting the people who said they're going to show up, JP, Phil, all these other ones that was complaining about rules and this, that, and the other. And we made concessions to try to make sure, put a radial tire on there. Okay, cool. We ain't prepping a racetrack for a radial tire, but come and play. That's not counting those people.
Do you have Michael Norman on there?
Yes, I do. And if you go to the website that we posted up earlier, there's 24 cars on there minus a few. So there's 24 people out there with a race car.
Are you guys planning a bump for that?
Style. What's that?
Are you going to do a bump for that, or is it all run, or is it 16?
All run.
All run. So
All
you
run.
show up, you're racing.
Show up, you're racing.
It's qualifying is the 16 cars for points. If you don't make the 16 cars, you don't get no points.
That's fair.
Yes. So and we're basing it to we're working on it now, but a championship at the end. You know, what I mean, that's the whole idea of the point system. We'll have a championship winner at the end, not the last race. So it entices you to come to all 4 races, right? So not just one. So there'll be a payout for championship at the end.
Have you had a chance to talk to anybody else about future places for races?
So I've gone back and forth with Jennifer from Orlando, who's now, we sent the emails directly to Ozzy, just waiting for Ozzy to approve it, which I don't think it's going to be a problem. Because we're self-reliant on our, we're self-sustained. We don't need money from the track. We don't need the money from anybody, thanks to sponsors. So that helps out tremendously. So, and then I just sent everything over to Josh at BMP, along with videos. So I know they got openings there because they're not bringing back their radial cars. So they're going to need, so I hate to call us a class filler, but they're going to need fillers.
Hey, we are filler, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's I've been a filler plenty of times in my life, right?
I'll take it.
I've also reached out to Gainesville. They had a Night of Fire race before November 1st. I think it's right at the end of October, or November, somewhere around there. Try to get to that one. I haven't heard anything back from them yet, but we're trying to get into events that are there so that we can, help promote them and get us in there and get us places to race.
And there's a lot of interest on the PDRA people to come down. Tim and Gary just came on the show. How you doing, Tim? Nice pictures of the car. I guess we'll see you in a week or 2, actually 3. Tim wants to come down. David Cook Racing wants to come down. I'm sure the Reenies will come down.
Even for the first race?
David Cook said he's going to come down for the first race.
That's awesome.
He's going to come down and park his stuff at Chris's house. So not that
we have a couple acres here. If anybody needs a place to park a truck and trailer, there's always somebody here. So there's always somebody to see it. And we're just north of Tampa.
Okay. No, I mean, it all helps. You know, I mean, people have places. We do it in the boating side. Everybody leaves stuff at everybody else's place. And
well, you can't leave no boats here.
Right.
Just kidding.
We always done it. We had out, once you figured out the lay of the land and what you were doing, you found places where you could leave your shit so you didn't have to drag it all the way home, and you could just fly home and go back and grab it and go to the next place. Which obviously leaving it there, especially like the Liberties that want to come down. And if they do come down, that's a shitty haul in the winter to come through the mountains.
Of course.
Been there, done it. Been in there, done it, got the T-shirt. So that's where we're at so far moving forward with the series is those four races at those venues. I'm pushing to get it sooner than later so we can finish up. And like I said to Josh, I said I need an answer sooner or later because we're doing this, whether we do it with you or not. We're doing it. We'll find places to go.
And the key is, we want to make sure we get it out early and often.
Yeah. So we don't want anybody saying, I didn't know about it.
And we hear that.
Try and share everything you post.
We're on here weekly, and the people still like, we didn't hear about that. I was like, hold on a second. We talk about all this stuff every day. What's Chris doing?
He came in again because he probably can't hear anybody.
I couldn't hear you. I could hear everybody else.
He just didn't want to listen to you.
I was on Celeste mode. She's jealous of this option.
Mind you, she's watching, Chris, so be careful.
I know she's laughing right now too.
Give you a Colombian next time she sees you. No, we were just talking. Part that you probably didn't hear about. We were talking about the race venues that we're working on and how we're getting them. So that's where we're all with that, Jason. I think it's going to be the biggest thing is we're probably going to need commitment from our racers to the tracks. Because what killed us at Bradenton, right? They
Commitment.
Nope, we just lost Jason. He'll be back.
Nice.
We tell them we're coming, and they sell 6 tech cards. They're expecting, 15 cars, right? So I think at some point we're probably going to have a commitment of cars to them. More likely, the closer we get, the more we will have to have. More, have that commitment to them.
I mean, and the benefit for us is that we're bringing the class to them.
Yep.
They're not trying to host a class, get sponsors for a class, and try to do it that way. I think that's the benefit for the track is their ROI is 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're being, we're self-funded and we're going there with it. When I talked to Peter Connor from BNP, he was like, well, that's a no-brainer. You're bringing your own money. We don't have to come up with money for it. I'm like, no, don't have to. I said, we even got our own tech guy. He's like, you do? And I'm like, Vinny. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, Vinny's coming on board to be our tech guy. So it's very important to get, like, if you see the post that Patrick put out about the jet stuff, it's very important that, if you're going to come, please fill that thing out. That way we know. I don't want to buy, 80 sets of jets when I only need 20, obviously. PDRA had to buy jets. Nobody, as big as that organization is, nobody offered to give them 236 jets. They had to buy 236 jets. So
it's a lot of money at $200 or $2 to $5 a piece.
Yeah, $2 a piece, right? So, and so that's very important to get that part of it done. And at least if you put your name down with the jet size you need, it shows some kind of commitment to it. That we got an idea that we are coming, and that's it. I mean, I would love to show up. I don't expect DRC to be something big. And I told both Victor and not Victor, but Josh and Jennifer, I'm like, it's going to be like a soft opening of a restaurant. I mean, we get 6 cars, we got 6 cars. It is what it is. But Josh was pretty excited that we were going to be showing up to BNP for that the DRC race. So I mean, it's important that we get that stuff done. And
I hope that it exceeds your expectations.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And guys and girls, you got to understand, this is a huge undertaking on our part. I mean, sometimes I dig a hole with my brain, and then the rabbit in me just goes down it without a flashlight.
Can you bring me with you?
It wasn't hard, pal. We got off that. It's basically how it happened, Jason. We talked to Troy the week before, and then we followed up with the winners, Nicole and Kyle, and then we closed that show up. And me and Patrick always stay on the screen afterwards for a few minutes, and I go, well, I guess I'm gonna be a promoter now. And he's like, what? And I'm like, we're gonna do this. And he's like, really? I'm like, why not? What do we got to lose? How hard can this be? It's pretty damn hard. It's a lot harder. It consumes up a lot of time. Sometimes I don't get shit done in my shop. Luckily I have employees, between, being race season and moving the shop and everything else that we got going on and setting a shot up. And you still got, you're on the phone with this one, that one. Just this live stream is hard. The live stream is very, very hard. This takes up time. This is a 3-day ordeal to put on a 1-hour show.
Yeah, but believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there that watch it and are thankful you do it. Maybe they don't interact with you a lot on it, but
it's funny, and I have to thank him very, very much. Patrick doesn't get the accolades because he's still sitting at home, but when you're at the top end and you just got out of your car that you've been sitting in for like 15 minutes, 4 seconds, and it's sweltering hot in there, and you're just dripping in that fire suit, and another racer comes up to you that you have 100% respect for, and he says to you, man, I appreciate everything you're doing for 632. everything you got going on. That's a tremendous thing. You guys are doing a great job at it. If you need anything, give me a shout. I'll be glad to help out with anything I can. Humbles you very quickly. It stops you in your tracks. You sit there and you don't think at it, because I don't look at myself as that person. I look at myself the way you look at yourself. I'm just me. You know what I mean? But I will, somebody asked me, actually it was my doctor asked me, she goes, how do you feel when you have a failure? And I go, I don't. And she said, what do you mean? She goes, what do you mean you don't have a failure? And I said, because I don't stop. I don't quit. I just keep going till I succeed at it. So I'm in this for the long haul, definitely in it for the long haul.
You've definitely become a pillar in 632 for sure.
It's not something I planned on doing. When I came out of my mama's womb, I never thought I was going to be a live host, host on a live stream and starting a race series for drag racing.
I jokingly said to my son when you announced the Southern Outlaw 632 that you added $30,000 of value back to our race car.
Just about.
Right.
So, hey, Jan. So what I did, I've been building the Southern Outlaw Racing Association because, we don't know how far we're going to take this. We're going to keep with 632. We're going to add some more classes, but the Southern Outlaw Racing Association is what we're the official LLC name of it. And I created the website, and as you see these ugly mugs up here, these are all from the PRO632 PDRA class and or ones that said they're going to come racing. As you see, there's a bunch of pictures that are, nothing, right? Hey, Nick Stewart, if I know you're on there somewhere, right there. We got to have pictures of people. Where'd he go?
No, he gone. He'll come back.
We need the pictures to promote you. We need your sponsors. We need your anything that you want, your TikTok, your Facebook Reels, your whatever, to help put on there to get you access to more people and to promote ourselves as a holistic team. Here he comes back.
There he is.
You guys jinxed me on telling me I had good internet.
Right.
No, you just answered the phone. Let's get it right.
Oh, okay.
We're used to Chris ditching us halfway through.
Yeah, he's long
permanently
gone,
ditched us already.
He's gone. He's probably done for the day. So Patrick just put up that thing, and your son has not participated in sending us the picture.
I need
if he's
pictures.
watching, he now needs to know. He needs to send a picture.
Pictures, a little bio, because we use it throughout. I mean, so you'll see some of it. We'll do Patrick will do like a racer type shout out thing, and we'll do the same thing for the Southern thing. Whatever we done for regular PDRA 632, obviously we're going to carry it over just to keep, because that's what it's about, right? It's about getting the Florida people saying, all right, you know what? I'll take a jaunt up to Galat. I never been to Galat. I want to go race that.
Well, Galat's been on my bucket list of a track, and I even thought about going to there. It's a little early for us, but
that is my favorite track.
Galat is the premier 8th mile drag strip.
It is.
Granted, I say Galat because that's what I know it as. Granted, whatever it is now, Darana, IHRA, whatever. But it is the premier 8th mile drag strip.
It is badass. You know what I mean? It's just the track is great. The pits are great. It's got showers for the racers, hot water that don't end. I think the track is even heated. It can be heated. You know what I mean? It's just a badass facility, and there's nothing around it. Cornfields, but
they're not cornfields. What
is it?
Cigarettes, tobacco fields.
Is it?
Yes.
Whatever. It's got a lot of bugs. That's all I know. But I mean, it's just a great all around place. I love that place.
Hopefully your series will bring some of the Southern cars to PDRA and vice versa. So,
and that's how this came about, right? So, we listen to, the Milan people, and I'm like, and I had said it one of us said it on the show. I don't know if it was me or Patrick or Chris. And we're like, man, if we could get this going, like they got it in Michigan, we can get it in Florida. Somebody can do it in North Carolina, South Carolina area. that way, when we go to that area, we can pull those cars to come in with us. Obviously, there have to be a rule change at PDRA, but if they see it's like working, then that is what it is. Like,
think about it, Jason. Jason, think about this. I'm not trying to cut you off, buddy, but if we pull 25 plus cars at the Snowbirds with our rule set,
makes them
that
think.
makes sense, right?
Yeah,
it makes sense to maybe adjust the rules to bring more cars in.
Well, we've adjusted all kinds of ways at PDRA, and the cars just don't come. And I think the biggest thing, I said it before, is that 3-letter word called pro. I think the 3-letter pro in front intimidates a Jason and Nick Stewart.
But see, Jason, I think yes, pro makes it intimidating because you have to set your set to a professional standard, not just some Joe Smo up there. Hey, let's go do whatever. You got to have a rhythm to your. But the other Jason to this side to me, I think he said it better, is that blue collar racing, right? My blue collar is on today. It's hard for teams to afford to drive from, what'd you say, Jason, from your place
the
to
time off work is a big part of it, to try and every other week or every 3 weeks take 2 or 3 days off to make the drive there and run and come back. And that's a big part of it too. I mean,
yeah, for
that's
me,
what gets us more than anything.
Yeah, for me, it's like leave Tuesday, come back on Monday. So it's a week. No matter
when your stacker's blowing by Tampa, I'm going to put my car in there with you, and you can take it up there first.
I guess I need to get like an 8-car stacker because everybody
at least 3, Jason.
I'm gonna have to leave mine home just to haul everybody else's shit there. Hank Hughes last night said he was going to drop his car off to me so I could take it to races. So I'm like, I'm already full.
But there's ways to do that, right? I mean, if you want to go racing, and we all know this, if you don't test like everybody else is doing, if the weather, let me rephrase that, if the weather is supposed to be the same way all through the weekend, if you ain't testing, you just put yourself behind 3-4 laps.
Oh, it happened to us in Galat, right? I mean, Galat, we had a severe weather change between Thursday and Saturday morning of testing. It was a 20-degree, 30-degree temperature change.
And that's a waste of runs.
Yeah. And it just happened again in Maryland. The weather we had on test day went to shit by the time Saturday came. So you got to have those numbers. And I would tell you, if you race Florida, you'll be good for the back half of the season. Because by the time we go to, we're going to race in shit that in Bristol, I just checked yesterday, it was 1.13 correction factor. Who races in that?
Did you say 1.13?
1.13 correction factor.
That's nasty.
Right? I mean, like the first time I seen it hit 1.10, I was like, what is that? Like 10%? Who knew? So we're all used to 104.
Number one qualifier is going to be a 20?
Yeah. Well, we're used to 104, 106 being bad air. You go to Bristol, and it's like 104, 106 is good air. You're going fast then. And then, in the middle of the day, you're stuck with a 113. And I'm like, oh my God, So it's different. And, but I'll tell you, if you go to a PDRA race, you get the bug. And then you're going to want to find out a different, how can we do this and get to more PDRA races? That's just the way it is. And there'd just be people that just be happy just to run local. And I get that too. I mean, it's a lot of time. Like, you said, it's time away from home,
I mean, even local races, Jason, it's you're going to take Thursday, Friday off. You're going to take time off.
That's right now.
I'm sorry. Does that say 1.104?
1.1120.
Yeah.
Correction.
Y'all have fun. So
at 1,233 feet.
Hey, to the other Jason over here. Question. So you're saying 28s on all your runs. So the minimum is a 32. So you have some 32 jets you're going to be testing with, right?
Hopefully we'll be testing with 36 jets.
Or 36, sorry. My bad.
Yeah. That's okay.
I would tell you to.
As long as you're not the guy in tech, we're good.
Oh, I'm not. I mean,
I know. I'm just kidding.
I'm not. I got one of those guys from Pen Tester.
Yeah. I would tell you to get yourself a hands on a set of NOS 36 jets. Because that's probably what we'll be using. To be fair to everybody, I would tell everybody to test their cars on NOS jets.
Unless we can get a sponsor to sponsor us,
David Vassar.
Dave Vassar, Induction
Nichols
Solutions, whoever. We can get a sponsor for that. We'd be good to go. Hey, I just want to say, hey, good evening to Mr. Swallow, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for coming on, listening in.
So if you only ran on 28s, nothing bigger yet?
Yes, correct. Yeah, 28s is the biggest we've been so far on jet size.
So you should be in the 30, I get, right? You should be able to get in the 30s with no issues.
That's what we thought. Now that was with a 14-degree motor. That was with the other engine. Okay. This is an 18-degree head, but they're very similar engines. They should run pretty close. I think, like I said, if we can go a high 30 anything in the first race, I would be ecstatic. Now, of course, we're going to work harder and try and go faster like anybody, but to run 30s right out of the first race would be absolutely amazing, in my opinion. Like I said, my son wants to go 20s, so.
Hey, I'm with you on the 20 situation. I want to go teens. I should be able to get there when the engine's back together. Hopefully, I'll be maybe in North Carolina for the next PDR race. We'll see how it goes, but
I booed you, Patrick. I'm sorry. I kicked you out of the.
Hey, your car is already ready to go racing, Jason. So it is what it is. I still got some stuff to do. But on your setup, you carbureted or fuel injected?
Carburetor.
Another carburetor guy. Why?
Yeah, these carburetor people, man.
They're ganging up on us.
We're blue collar workers. Remember, blue collar racers.
Did we tell us the last carbureted engine made?
What's that?
When was the last actual carbureted engine made?
I don't know.
Because my 78 pickup truck was fuel injected.
Don't get Ed all worked up about carburetors.
I got to get him worked up. Where is he at? He ain't even on today.
No, he's probably doing twin stuff.
Yeah,
but he's he'll be showing. He's coming back out. He'll be ready for Bristol too. Did some crew changing around. So he should be there.
No weight brakes for carburetors. That's a choice.
Yes, that's a choice.
A bad choice, but a choice.
Right.
I thought with carburetors and a Power Glide, we're at like 2,100 pounds, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what sanctioned body that is, but it is one. It was like I took a late night phone call from Nauman, and he's like, "Man, I got a lockup." Nope. But I got radios. I don't care about the radios. But I can't have the lockup. Nope. All right. Can I keep the setup with it and just put a non-lockup converter in it? Yep, but you better have an inspection plate. Really? Uh-huh. Yeah. You can leave it that way, but you got to have an inspection plate so we make sure there's no wires going to that sucker. And he's like, all right, me talk to my guys. We'll get back on it. And, he's going to show up. He's excited. He was getting ready to sell a bunch of shit because he just couldn't use the car. And car's not, I guess he's racing some kind of outlaw class up there in Maryland.
He runs the yellow bullet stuff with that car, and will beat the bricks off of us if he gets it hooked up.
Oh, I mean, the car is fast. I mean, but he finally admitted now the front end is not steel anymore.
The fenders?
Yeah, they're carbon fiber fenders.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was all steel.
I thought it was
trying to get lighter.
Right.
Hey.
I thought so too. So
that's sad.
No, Miss Reedy, no lockup. We don't want to have another issue like we had in PDRA. Tim McGarry's on Warriors Outlaw. Thanks for tuning in, though, Miss Rainey. We get to go on a cruise together.
So if you weren't checking the other Jason, the PDRA racers have they put a cruise on during the summer because it's way too hot to go racing anywhere. So they go float on a boat for a little bit, and the other Jason to this side decides he wants to go float on a boat with them. So
yeah,
it's funny because you all are getting along way too well at PDRA. I always said 632 were trigger words on Facebook for the last 10 years. If you wanted a 100-thread Facebook post, all you had to do was say Outlaw 632.
That's the reason why I started the 632 page, because it would be triggering everybody. And there'll be a conversation a mile long on somebody else's page, and no one knows what's going on, or a race going on. No one knows it. That's why I started this page.
Well, I did notice Radial's got that going for you, so.
Yes. You say no radials, and everybody's like, but that's the only way I could race here. So they put radios on their cars.
And that is true.
Yeah, whatever. I said I don't want to hear about it later. You want radios? You can have the radios. I don't care. I don't care. Take them, have them.
Well, in Bradenton, that might actually work for him.
I mean, you don't prep the track for a slick tire in Bradenton. It's still prepped for a radial tire.
Still, I feel a very safe track, but yes.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean, that's what that the dinner thing we'll look at to doing that in I hate calling it the winter series because everybody thinks it's part of West Buck, but
our Southern series, man, it's nothing about the winter series, man.
Yeah. The Outlaw
series. Are you going to try and do a dinner at the first race the night before? I mean, will there be a lot of cars there? I think there's a bracket race the night before.
Well, I was told by David we can go in on Saturday and park. So anybody that's coming down,
do we do a lunch?
Well, it depends on how the race works out.
Yeah, it all depends on that's the issue, right?
Oh, Chris hijacked Emily's phone. He's like a secret stalker, I'm telling you. That guy. Did you see the episode with his nitrous bottle filler that he did? I caught it the other day. It's a good watch. They did the blooper takes on him too. That's a good group of people to race with. And Emily and Chris and Carson and Anthony. Good people. There's a lot. I mean, and a lot of it came, the camaraderie in PDRA, and I hope it can carry over to the Southern Series, and it should, is unbelievable. It's I think the dinner brings us a lot together, and who sits down with 8 of their competitors in their teams and smashing crabs with them for an hour.
You see, Jason, you guys are too nice.
Jason, we're not competitors. We're not competitors until we line up against each other.
Yeah, that's true.
What was that? I was reading Billy Gibson's post. What'd you say?
I said we're not competitors until we line up against each other. I lost races because me and JC Beatty, right? I mean, I always had a relationship with the guy beforehand, only because his son is just like the funniest thing on 2 legs at 13 years old. And I've been watching this kid grow up for the last, 5 or 6 years now. But I hit him up the other day and I was like, man, I got to tell you, I dodged a bullet on that run that we were on. He's like, what do you mean? I said, every tooth on the backside of my gear set's broke. It's cracked. I said, I heard it when I lifted that motor on the top end, I could just hear that thing singing away. I said, and I got oil on number 8 spark plug. And he's like, what? Shut up. Don't talk to me anymore about it. You're digging a knife in me and twisting it. And I'm like, and I'm not even paying attention to what's going on in his life, but I know it was a really bad storm in Maryland and it ripped all the electrical out of ATI. And they've been shut down. It had been shut down. I think today they're still shut down. So I'm like, geez, you know what I mean? But it's that camaraderie there that just makes it more fun to go.
I've never raced Jeff Pittman. You know, I mean, I got a lot of respect for the man and never ever raced him. And I was excited that I got to finally do the dance with him, even though he kicked my teeth in. But you know what I mean? It's Jeff Pittman. You know what I mean? So to come race PDRA is something that the guys that want to come out of Florida, they don't want to come out of Michigan, or they don't want to come out of Ohio. You're racing the best of the best in 632. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing. Ed McLemore, like, you know, he'll say people don't want to come race 632. They want to race junior varsity. And I'm like, come on, man, stop it. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough. It's like a lot of people just can't afford to do it. You know what I mean? It's not so much the money, like you said, Jason, it's the time out of work. It's like, you know, you take the week off and you got to work 2 weeks to catch up. So,
well, like I said, Chris Rini really said it well. I listened to your podcast with him again the next day at work, of him saying, you know, this is like a entry-level pro nitrous class where you're not working on the car as much, which does help in that aspect as well, you know.
Yeah.
And it really fueled the fire for me and my kid to want to come run with you guys.
No, it's and I mean, I think the last time I raced with you guys, I ran with your son the last time out. Actually, there's a picture. One of my profile pictures one time was me and your kid coming down, and that's when God rest his soul, Mark Hoagland came around the corner and grabbed his wheelie bars with the parachute.
Yeah.
I never thought that would ever pull a car sideways like that in my life.
Yeah. You know, I've heard of that happening a lot, and my kid called me and goes, hey, the car's okay, but, you know, and then everybody said it. He even said it to Frank Hawley School. It's something that happens. You never coming around a corner with your shoots out's not a great thing. And unfortunately we learned that lesson, but,
Yep. You know, when Mountain Motor Pro Stock ran in front of us, Patrick will attest to this, like, especially Virginia, they got a wide shutdown area. And then when you pull in, it's just as wide, but there's a big hole. And you come around that corner, and they're just pro stocks are scattered everywhere.
Yes,
and
they are.
There's no room for the 632 car. And you're like, this is going to suck. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, what you're in that car and you're strapped in. There's really not too much you can see once you get up close to it. And you're like, God, I hope I don't hit anything. And you're trying to stop, but you don't want to stop where you're the hazard and your car's getting rear-ended. So that was, I mean, there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? When you get around that corner. Who else? Somebody else got yanked in Galat. I know I almost had my door taken off.
I know coming around some of those corners, it's scary because people don't understand that the cars roll. So if you carry speed, you're not going to flip a car over at 30 miles an hour going around a corner.
No.
If you carry the speed all the way back up some and make some, but once you stop, if you go around and stop right at the turnoff, it muddles everybody up. It causes issues.
That day that happened to us, they were stacked up down there for sure.
Yeah,
you know,
Bradenton, and there's nowhere to go over there. It's
someone down there telling the guys to move along, I think, would be a massive help in that situation. I mean, obviously, we didn't get a run there last year.
On the back too, and pushing them forward, getting them out of the way. If there's no one down there pushing somebody out of the way while somebody's trying to come get you, or you have to pull your parachutes out and you cause up the backup. It's just like the backup on 54 every single day. One ignorant person doing the wrong thing causes mass chaos every time.
Yeah.
Right? That is true. Ryan Thorpe put up there, definitely can't afford to leave this business that much. That's why we parked our car. Ryan, we touched about the car count at the last show. Basically, car count's down, not just in our class, it's down in Pro Nitrous and Pro Boost, Pro Street. Super Street seems to be keeping their numbers up, but Pro Nitrous only had one more car than we did. Well, it gives me something to argue with people when they say your car count's down. I'll be like, yeah, no, they only have one more car. And them guys have way more money than what we have racing 632. Same thing with Pro Boost. They had two more cars than we did at the last race. Car count's down because I don't know. I don't think people think they can run with a PDRA car, and that's why we did what we did with Southern Outlaw. Changed the rules, gave everybody a shot to come back. And I mean, Jason, you've been around a long time doing the 632 stuff down here. What do you think of the rule package?
I was kind of ecstatic about the 240 jets things at 2,600 pounds.
240 at 2800.
Yeah.
240 at 2800, and the 2750 at the 240 at the single 40. That came from Mylan. And Nicole Liberty's been, I said, a couple of times on the show, she'd been giving us information on how that package is working out up there. I'm scared of the 2800 two kit car, because I think if somebody gets pretty smart about it, they're going to have to get adjusted.
I mean,
I also think that will help some of the cars that used to run the class and bring them back into it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, that's why, Norman can come back. I mean, I forgot what he said he was. I think he said it was 27 something, 2780 or something like that, where he's racing up there, but he can stick the extra weight in the car. And I think he was on a 44 jet, so it'll knock him back down with the 40s. And again, it's a spec jet class. You're going to be handed jets. It's very simple. You go to tech, you pick out of the bag 8 or 16, whatever it's going to be. You put them in. Vinny's going to seal it. When you lose, make sure you get 2 wrenches with you. Go to the scales, pull forward, pull your front end off, pop your jets out, and head home. So it's a pretty simple thing. A lot of people think it's a pain in the ass. It's not. It's just another step.
It's a pain in the ass when you forget your wrench.
Yeah. I mean, this time around, we actually put a tool bag together. So you got 2 sets of wrenches, and we leave all the other stuff, so it stays in a golf cart, not banging all over the place and, losing shit when people decide to take it for a ride. Miss Rainey said, too many races this summer. Car count will go down when there is a race every weekend. 100%. 100%.
That's what killed us, Jason.
What?
That's what killed us.
Yeah.
When we were actually at our most prominent portion of Florida, where there was 3 races in the same weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't. I mean, we had a lot of cars, but you still can't fill 3 race tracks with people, let alone race cars.
Nope.
In the same region.
I don't care what class it is. And that's what's happening now. We talked about it last week. That's what's happening now. Car counts down, too many races, too many big dollar races. Who wants to go race PDRA for $7,500 or what is it, $10,000 for pro nitrous when they can go race for $100 grand, $50
grand, $100 grand,
no,
50.
Killing it.
It's the other Jason. Would you rather race for 50,000 or 100,000?
Obviously 100,000, but I have to say it's hard to let $250,000 race car operations sit, because I don't want to go race for a certain amount of money. That's been my argument with bracket racers for quite a few years now. You let it in the garage because you think you have to race for 100 grand. But yes, if I had my choice, I'd go race for 100 grand.
When I took that phone call from Michael Norman, it was funny because probably if you listen to me on the show a lot, I don't care how much it pays. I just want to race. I don't give a shit about the money. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
And that's what I was getting to, Jason.
Yeah, Michael Norman goes, you think I do this for the money? I do this to race. He goes, I don't care how much we're racing for. All I care about how much it's costing me to get in. That's all I care about. And I'm like, okay. Tech card's $300 plus your crew members. He's like, fine with me. He said, okay, see you in November.
Chris found his phone, and he's saying it is. It's the sport that we do it for. We don't do it for the dollar sign, because if we did it for the dollar sign, all cars would be parked unless you have a multi-million-dollar sponsor.
But if last year, you listened to the pro stock guys when they were getting antsy to jump fence and everything. That was the biggest thing. IHRA is paying out more money. PDRA gave you a place to race.
Correct.
Chris Powers was the only one who goes, man, maybe we should give PDRA a couple races a year, just gratitude. And they pretty much kicked him down the gutter about it.
But that was another race series that got screwed by the number of races, right? PDRA brought the Mountain Motor Pro Stock Class back. Then all of them decided they wanted to go run NHRA.
Yeah.
And just like a lot of the big cars, you can't run multiple races or series unless you have 3 or 4 engines. That engine has 30 runs on it. Just think about that, Jason. 30 runs. Every 30 runs, you got to take it back and have it refreshed. If you don't do that, you're going to blow it up.
Yeah.
right? So unless you have 3 engines, you can only stick to one series. So you have the PDRA going on, you have the NHRA going on. And everybody wants to go to the NHRA because, oh, it's big NHRA. Yay, yay, yay. So that caused that rift between the class. You don't have all the cars that you had before. Now you don't have the PDRA or the NHRA this year. And how many Mountain Motor Pro Stock cars show up? 24 plus cars show up for a 16-car field.
How long does that last? How long does it last when 8 cars have to go home? The same 8 cars go home every week.
Well, that's a close race. I mean,
and they get tired.
I'm going to say it to my buddy Jordan went home this last race, even though he qualified different car. Granted, he didn't make the race. Some cars made it, some cars didn't. So if you have so many sanctioning bodies, it's so difficult to just say, hey, let's go do this.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm a PDRA fan, and I made it clear. Just because we're starting the Southern thing, I'm not dishing to go just do our own thing for the winter.
I'm not saying that, Jason.
No, oh no, I'm saying I'm explaining.
Our races are outside of the PDRA season. It's already over.
No,
I understand. Making our season longer.
I'm just making it clear to PDRA upper echelon that we're not doing this to move away. We're doing this to add to.
Correct.
I hope it brings cars to PDRA. I hope it.
I hope so.
That's the whole idea of it. That's the whole idea of it. Was to bring more cars in. People come out and they go, okay, blah blah blah. Maybe somebody's got an old 10.5 car that's racing 632, and he just goes, you know what? I'm just going to get another car. And he buys somebody's top sportsman car or somebody's pro mod or pro stock car, and comes out. There's Hank Hughes is one. I would love to see Hank come back out. He's got a notchback Mustang, 102-inch wheelbase car with a 632 in it, and he's just got all kinds of chassis issues going on. And he keeps saying he wants to come back and just buy another car, buy another car, buy another. Like, just run the car you got. You know what I mean? Just come out and run the car you got.
I did that in the orange car all the time. I just ran it because I wanted to race.
People struggle. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you get lost and it's hard. I got lost. Till I went ice spying over at the Rini camp to figure out what I needed to do. I was underneath that car measuring everything, and I was like, okay, we got to put our shit up like Chris Rini's got on Carson's car, and we came alive again. Oh, I'm waiting for a reply from Emily in 5, 4. No, but
they both have their own phones right now, so she might respond quicker.
They're probably arguing who's going to reply. Other than that's are you giving Mossy as if we race in Florida races? For you, Chris, yes. Yeah, I will. We'll get special ones for you, buddy.
Get a little,
right?
A little 632 across the top.
We'll light up the 632.
Correct. All right. We'll put some LED lights in there. Be good to go.
Chris Rainey. That's awesome stuff. See, you don't have all that fun stuff coming down here in Florida. Right? I mean, and it should be, and it's going to be. We'll turn it around. I'm confident that we're going to get this done. Just with the progress that we got with Ozzy so far, and hopefully Josh will sit down and work it all out with Victor, and we'll get those 2 races in, and then we'll just do.
By that meaning, you're trying to get one of the Winter Series races? Is that
2?
No, let's rephrase it. We're
Snowbirds and the U.S. Street Nationals.
Trying to get involved with races that are already going on.
Yes,
that would be awesome.
And not host an individual event, because it's so difficult for the racetracks to host individual events that are currently have so many races already scheduled.
Yeah. So from what we understand, the DI Winter Series sponsors want it at different tracks, just not one track anymore. So who knows what's going to go on there, but obviously Bradenton will have the Snowbirds and the U.S. Street Nationals on the same dates as usual at the same track, right? So we get those 3 nailed in, along with the which we already got, the DRC race. There's 4. If we got another big one, I would do 5 total, I think would be 4 is a good number, but I would do 5 total, and the 5th one would be the championship race.
Well, good showing at DRC, I think, will help with their decision on that. So
Yes, I mean, and then I mean, the thing with DRC is it's 12 days away from being in World Street Nationals. So
yeah, so hopefully you have some cars down here for that race already that swing to your race.
Well, I think if you get good numbers at Orlando, then it'd be a no-brainer for Bradenton. That's the biggest thing. And Bradenton's going to start tasting our mouth because we always say we want to show up with this many cars, and they don't show up. So right. I said earlier, I think it's going to take a committed tech card count to get it to happen. So as a group, we're probably going to have to go, hey, listen, we're going to do this, and this is what we're in. We're all in for this, and we're going to have to prove it to them that we're going to show up.
Hey, Jason, we might just have to do the other Jason. We might just have to do what they do for the Drag Illustrated. We send them the invite or send them the link to prepay for the race.
I was going to ask you that if it's supposed to, if you guys are going to send tech cards out ahead of time or invites for those races.
Oh, I mean, we could. I mean, obviously, we know we're rookies at it, but yeah, we could pre-send them out and get them. And if the people buy the tech cards, and then they know, it's serious. I mean,
it's already paid for. Then you're right. You have what's that thing? You're paying to get into the race. The pre-entry shows your commitment. Yep. If you don't pre-enter to the race, it's like the PDRA. They want to know how many people are there. So for staging of people and where they sit and car counts and make sure they can pre-entering the race shows a commitment. Right. So I think that's important. If we have to do that, I don't know if we have to do that, but it might be beneficial for us. We have to figure that out though.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, that was the biggest thing last year when, conversation with Victor is that we always say we got X amount of cars. We show up and it's 6.
I'm sorry. I blew my engine up. Sorry.
Yeah, I was ready to go. But that's it. So I mean,
I think there's enough cars sitting idle in Florida that you can definitely double that number or better.
Well, that's all your friends. That's your job, Jason. It's your job.
Okay.
That's your homework assignment between now and November. You and Nick.
Share, like, and get people to be involved. Yeah.
So,
we'll do our best.
In closing, because we're coming up on our hour, if there's, I know a lot of people watch the show. I mean, our viewings are going up. Not so much watch it right now, but it'll be, 1,500 people will view it during the week.
Like I said, I listened to it the next day at work when Chris Rini was on. I listened to it the next day in my headset.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, by the way.
We do. You know what I mean? And it's like I said earlier, I was like, it's just funny how many people come up and like, man, I watch your show all the time. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm taken back by it. It's getting out there. And, but if we can get it out there, if there's people that want to get involved, I know we got contacted by a couple of companies this week via email. I did interest in what we're doing in Southern Outlaw. The video stuff that we had done in conjunction with ATI at the last race has helped tremendously.
The video stuff you guys did from that last race was absolutely amazing. I've seen it everywhere on Facebook. It holds your interest. It's very cinematic. Whoever put that together did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he's a very talented young man, Kyle Robertson. Very, very talented and very easy to work with. I'd like to have him come out to Bristol, but he has a jury duty, and he's already on his second out, so he's going to have to go to this one.
Is that the reason why I haven't heard from him?
You'll go. What's that?
Was that the reason why we heard? So, George, it's going to be $300 for the entry fee.
Same as PDRA.
So that's what it's going to be for car and driver, not your crew or any of that. But car and driver is $300.
Yeah, our name ain't Daryl Cuddle. We're not giving you 10 crew wristbands for free. But hey, we promised to have all 4 races. That was a bad dig on my part. Sorry. We're not cutting anything short. Tim and Gary says, for sure those videos and posts were worth 4K. Yeah, I mean, hopefully. We'll find out.
It didn't
Are you
make
planning
4K,
to do
but
that at DRC?
Pardon me?
Are you planning to do videos again at DRC?
Kyle said he can come down to Florida. He has places to stay local to Orlando and Bradenton. So yeah, we can. If people want to help contribute to that, would help because it benefits everybody. I mean, you guys can use that shit for your own sponsorship stuff. There's more coming out. He's not done yet. There's more videos and there's a ton of photos coming out with that. I think another like 50 to 100 photos is going to be published. So if anybody wants to help out with that, Jeff Pittman reached out to me the other day, and I gave him the whole. I actually screenshot him exactly what was sent to me for the billing of it. Chris Rini wants to know what the payouts are, Patrick.
Yep. So Chris, for number 1 qualifier for the bigger races, not the DRC race. I think we're at 2,000 for the winner for DRC, but the other one is going to be 5,000 to win, unless we speak with our primary sponsor or get some more sponsors. It may go up. It depends on what he's wanting to do and or what other people want to do. But 5,000 to win. That's what it's going to be.
2,500 runner-up, 750 for semifinals.
Yes, sir.
So
$9,500 and something total pot.
Total first.
Plus, was it 250 for number 1 qualifier or something like that?
Yeah, 250 for number 1 qualifier. Number 1 qualifier gets you the first hand into the chip draw.
Correct.
And 16. Well, if it's a 16-car field, 16 points. And the points will be based off of same as PDRA, 100 points a round. Just easy math for the racer to know how many rounds he's behind from number 1. How you doing, Mr. Swales?
He needs to sign up on that link that's posted on the Facebook page because you can talk all that stuff. But
we gave you your radial tires. You need to sign up and tell us what jets you're using.
But hey, Jason, we are past our hour mark.
Yep.
I want to thank Shameless Racing for coming on board. Supporting us greatly with everything. Procom ELS, myself, Veteran Performance Marketing, and Race 632, Gladiator X, Jason. Hey, thank you all for everything that you're doing. It is without the help of those teams, we wouldn't be able to do this.
No,
it is what it is. We could probably host 1 or 2 races, but without the support from other people, we can't do this. And without the support of the racers, we can't do it as well. So
thank you guys again for you guys spearheading it, because there's a lot of hot rods just sitting still, and you guys gave new hope for that.
we're trying, sir. We're trying. You know what I mean? So we just need you guys to participate and show up. So good. Dustin,
I'm leaving tomorrow. We'll be there.
dust the cars off and get some track time.
knock the dust off of them.
Yeah.
Keep the tires up and get where we're going, buddy. You got anything else, Jason?
No, I'm good.
Jason.
2 Jasons don't make a right.
No, it don't.
Correct.
All right, guys. Good night.
Thank you.
And when we're honored for you to have us on board, sir. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great night.